Hey there, pal. So I've been diving into automating the setup of those Windows Server IaaS VMs on Azure, right? It's like cooking your favorite dish with that fancy kitchen appliance. It just makes things so much smoother and less prone to a burnt-up disaster. First, we've got to talk about why this isn't just a whim but a core strategy for keeping things top-notch for enterprises. Automating VM configurations minimizes hiccups, keeps the configurations uniform across, and hey, it even brings down time and effort, which is a win, don't you think? Now, let's break this down. We've got tools at our disposal like ARM templates, which are like the recipe cards for Azure infrastructure. They lay out every single step in the configuration process, so you don't have to remember all those details. Then there's PowerShell Desired State Configuration, or DSC. Imagine this as a self-checklist. It's like using the automated settings on your blender. Once powered up, it makes sure the mix comes out uniform every time. And we can't forget about Azure Automation, which works hand in glove with the rest. Imagine DSC as your mixing device and Azure Automation as the remote control. It's the one letting you execute and manage these automated recipes with one tap on a button. Let's get to the nitty-gritty for our Windows Server setup. We'll roll out an ARM template. It's like drafting a cooking guide tailored for Azure's kitchen. These templates ensure that no stone gets left unturned when setting up our virtual machines. You craft a JSON or YAML file with all the required ingredients, then deploy it to Azure, and voila, your VM configuration is in Azure's kitchen ready to serve, with no room for human error. This means no more forgetting to install those vital Windows features or setting the right network names and stuff. Moving on, the DSC is going to make sure our VMs are configured exactly how we want, day in, day out. You describe the settings you want in DSC, and then you just let the DSC do its magic when the VM boots up. It ensures the configuration adheres to the predefined how-to, so our Azure-hosted VMs are always ready to take on tasks like they're the most experienced chefs out there. Azure Automation takes it a notch higher. It's not just automating tasks, friend, it's doing it efficiently and reliably using the other tools we've mentioned. Think of Azure Automation as your back-of-house staff, handling everything, allowing the front of house to get on with what they do best, presenting. Now here's where the fun is. We're looking into orchestrating all of this with Azure Resource Manager templates. You'll have multiple VMs with different roles, like front-of-house servers handling user interactions and back-of-house serving databases stuff. The ARM templates ensure everything falls into place seamlessly. We're talking about scripts for networking, storage, and creating load balancers for high availability. And then there's the funky part, troubleshooting, like when a new Azure service update throws you for a loop with your established configurations. Here's where your automation and scripts get sassy sauce to correct any misfires without human intervention, because heaven forbid a VM starts with the wrong settings. We're talking advanced monitoring, logs checking, and even conditional logic, because sometimes scripts need to think on their feet. So, by the end of all this, you are not just cooking up a virtual Azure environment, you are making a Michelin star-worthy showcase of efficiency, reliability, and automation. Best practices are your guiding star, like always provisioning a new VM with the least privileges necessary, always testing before live, and always documenting for those unforeseeable times when you are out of the kitchen for a bit. Hooking up with Azure Automation is kind of like building a kitchen brigade. Each bot has a job, doing different tasks like updating certificates, securing connections, and keeping an eye out for any changes. It's all about managing change with minimal disruption. And automation helps us there. By diving in deep with ARM templates, DSC, and Azure Automation, we are not just setting up VMs, we are establishing a robust, scalable, and highly automated Azure infrastructure that's as reliable as our favorite 5-star eatery. And the best bit? It ticks all those enterprise boxes, from operational excellence to cost efficiency, and lets us roll out upgrades with the ease of changing menu specials seasonally. I tell you, you can't just throw together something haphazard. It requires precision, planning, and a dash of tech-savvy flair, right? Azure VM's setup, when automated, is like a fine dining experience without the waiters sighing and wishing they could just switch off and relax as the plates get passed around flawlessly. You can find even more detailed insights and nuggets of wisdom straight from the source by checking out the blog at neeraj.qzz.io. Really, if you want to soar above and beyond with Azure, automate as needed, and keep refining those processes with the latest and greatest, you gotta follow the trail blazed by some of the top tech minds on the internet. So remember, to keep our tech environment fresh and on point just like our recipes, we gotta keep abreast of best practices and updates, and hey, Azure's always rolling out new sauces in the form of updates and new features to make things even smoother. By automating our IaaS VM configurations, we are elevating not just infrastructure management, but doing it with a flair that would make even Gordon Ramsay proud, turning the cloud into our kitchen, where technology and efficiency collide to set new industry standards. And trust me when I say this, when our VMs need to run like clockwork and the Azure kitchen can't miss a beat, you'll know you're doing it right. Now, don't just take my word for it, dive into the world of Microsoft Azure, explore, learn, and apply these concepts with your own spice to see how far you can transform it. Remember, automate like you are setting a record for the busiest kitchen on a Saturday night, but keep it slick and error-free. You've got this. And hey, if you are really digging this talk about automating that Windows Server IaaS VM config, head on over, visit neeraj.qzz.io and subscribe to TechLab for a continuous feast of the finest blogs and videos. There, you'll find a buffet of content to keep your Azure expertise top level, because after all, in our digital Michelin star world, knowledge is the utensils we always want to sharpen. So, cheers to automating our way to a tech utopia, where systems hum along in harmony, and we, the maestros, can just sit back and enjoy the show, knowing we did it right.